Welcome to another video where a millennial talks about TikTok. I'm just gonna put it out there. I really don't know anything about TikTok. It fascinates me. I don't really use the app that much. When I have logged in, I end up going down a rabbit hole and I don't like it. It's not that I don't enjoy the content that I find, I just hate that feeling of clicking into an app to do one thing and then an hour later you're like, what just happened? I really hate that feeling. So I know that TikTok will do that for me, so I'm avoiding it as much as possible. But I do occasionally see some TikToks that have been reshared on Instagram or Twitter, and so I enjoy what is coming out of TikTok, and I feel like I'm getting a curated version on other social media platforms. Also, I don't use the app enough for the For You page to actually accurately reflect what it is that I would want to see on there. I feel like you have to use the app a lot for the For You page to start really being for you. All of that being said, you're allowed to okay boomer me. I was born in 1992. I am a sex educator and I have seen that there are some people making sex ed content on TikTok. So this excites me, and I thought I would do a video reacting to some of these sex education TikToks. So I went into TikTok to see if I could find any of these videos by searching for terms. However, TikTok doesn't like sex. So when I searched sex education or sex positive, it was just like, nope, no results. So I went to my trusty friend Twitter and asked on there for your recommendations for sex ed TikTokers, or just TikTokers in general who talk about topics around sex and sexuality and gender, and I'm so excited to dive into these. Make sure to subscribe because I make new sex and relationships content every week, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when I post a new video. And so let's get into the TikToks. You really are a boomer when you start putting the in front of everything, isn't it? The TikTok. Let's go on the TikTok. Mama Doctor or Gynae Doctor is one that has come up a lot, because she's also on YouTube, isn't she? Right, let's have a look at some of her videos.
Girl, don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. I'm not gonna do it. I did it.
Is this just gonna be a video of me laughing? Right, come on, Mama Jones, give us some sex education. It's really difficult to tell from the gify thumbnails of TikToks like what actually the content is going to be, but I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so we're exploring Mama Dr. Jones. Birth control.
Oh. What? Oh yeah.
Yeah. They all.
Oh damn. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, Mama Dr. Jones, for confirming that hormonal and non-hormonal birth control both have benefits, both have risks, and it's entirely your choice. Speak to your doctor. Aww. I just watched the miscarriage one. It was just like, your miscarriage was not your fault. And I feel like it's just really nice to play that on loop. This Mama Dr. Jones, she is good at the TikTok. Follow. Okay, I see one about sperm. What's this? This is great, yeah. The copper IUD just out there killing sperm. It's funny and it's educational. Okay, who else we got recommended on Twitter? Someone has suggested @thequeer_kiwi, and just from looking at her hair, I'm like, oh wow. Okay, so let's pick, I don't know, this one. She's got the rainbow eyeshadow going on in this one.
Just a reminder that your sexual history has nothing to do with anyone other than you. And the people that you have slept with. And the people that you have slept with need to know nothing about your sexual history other than what happens between the two of you. No further explanation required. It doesn't matter what gender, it doesn't matter how many people, it doesn't matter what you get up to, it doesn't matter what you're into, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. It affects no one other than you. And if someone demands you answer or starts slut-shaming you or is biphobic or whatever the fuck, fuck him.
There we go. You heard it here. I agree. The only thing that I would add is that if you are someone's sexual partner, I completely agree we should not be shaming people or be nosying around into people's sexual histories or judging people for how many people they slept with or they haven't slept with. The only thing I would add though is that if you are someone's sexual partner, a good conversation to have together is about your STI status and the last time that you got checked. And so obviously that may potentially bring up the conversation of past partners and things like that, but that is an important conversation to be having with people that you sleep with. Let's watch some more of hers. Let's see if we can find another sex ed one.
This is what the patriarchy looks like.
Ooh.
Men,
What does it look like?
women.
Okay.
Now, a lot of men seem to think that when women try to build ourselves up and say we want more rights, they think that instead of doing this, we're doing this. They seem to think we're taking rights away from men so that they're going to be down at our level, when in fact, what we're trying to do is gain rights so we're up at your level. You see how you stay here? You don't lose anything by women gaining things. Other people's success is not your failure, all right? Let us move up. By you yelling at us for wanting to be the same as you really shows your oppressive nature and the fact that you don't think we deserve everything that you have. So, do you want to keep it to yourself? You aren't losing anything by us gaining something.
I like this girl. She's very passionate. I'm into it. I do think though that as we get better at making the world a fairer place for all genders, for all races, and trying to bridge a lot of those inequality gaps, I think whilst doing that, she's right in general, but there will be a few individual men who potentially don't get the opportunities that they would have because women will get them instead. But I don't think that's a bad thing. But in general, her point stands, which is that we do all benefit from marginalized groups gaining equality. I've just noticed that the Queer Kiwi's header at the top of her TikTok page just says, "Eat the rich," which I approve of. Okay, people have suggested Pixie Pie X. Okay, let's find them. Ooh! I see one that says squirting. Let's click on that. Polybi 18 plus. Ooh, kink talk. I love that. Kink talk. Okay, squirting. Let's learn.
So you may have seen the video I uploaded about this, and a lot of you in the comments were saying how it took you by surprise, how you didn't think you could do it, and how so many of you haven't yet. All of these experiences are valid and normal and okay. Let's talk a little bit more about it. There may have to be more than one video on this, I only have 60 seconds. So, also known as far as I know, is possible for all biosex females. However, the length at which it takes to achieve this can be a little bit different for everyone. Not only do the triggers vary from person to person to make it occur, but so do the volume produced and the velocity at which it's produced. As with most studies on women's pleasure, there is a huge lack of research.
Yes.
And most of it's done by men.
Yep.
So I would suggest looking into it, but your own experience is going to be far more important. I will try to make some more content on this. Just remember, all experiences are valid. Be safe.
I have a question. Was she not saying female ejaculation and squirting out loud because it will trigger something in TikTok to take the video down? I don't know. Okay, let's watch one that's about kink.
Now repeat back what I just said.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone! Try again.
I am Groot.
Mm-hmm.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
No! Now repeat back what I just said.
I literally just watched Guardians of the Galaxy as well, so I enjoyed that one. And I think it was in the BDSM quiz that I took that I first learnt the word bratty to mean if you're a sub and you're like disobeying your dom. Love that. Okay, so a few people have suggested repairman for more kink stuff. We're just gonna click and see if we find one about kink. Maybe they're all about kink.
So let's talk about some red flags in a BDSM relationship and
Ding,
starting
ding,
off
ding.
a brand new BDSM relationship for a second. Number 1, communication is going to be key when it comes to this. Number 2, realize that just because you found a dom or you just found a sub does not mean that you two will mix at all. Different play styles, different strokes for different folks. You might find out you guys aren't compatible in the very least bit. Now let's also talk about what it's like to find a new dom and some safe ways to do that. Number 1, You need to make sure that this new dom communicates with you. What are your hard limits? What are your soft limits? What are you down to play with? How do you guys communicate safe words, and what do they do for aftercare? These are all very important things when vetting a new dom. Now, for doms, when vetting a new sub, you need to find out, do your guys' playstyles match at all? What are they actually down for? And if you hear these words, run. I'm down for anything. Ooh. Are you sure? Or are you just inexperienced and you think you are? I have no pain tolerance. That's some bullshit. So, be safe, watch out for red flags, and that's on ding!
Oh, I like this person. I adore that on this app that is predominantly aimed at much younger people, there is this whole kink BDSM community there. I adore that. Also, I'd be interested to know that if you are in that community, if you watch a lot of that content, or if you make any of it, what are the rules on TikTok for making like 18 plus or sex related content? I'm curious to know. Okay, this person, Jezza. Okay, I see one that says me before coming out. So let's go for that. I feel like there's lots of these that are educational and then others that are just people like expressing themselves and talking about their personal experiences, and I love it.
I am not gay.
Just kidding, I'm a little bit of a gay. I am a little bit gay. I'm a little bit sexually attracted to women.
Love it. How many little gays on TikTok have used that sound and made videos out of? Ruby Lagoon has been suggested. Let's go for that.
Let's talk about something super important, which is coronavirus, specifically contraception during quarantine, because I am a sex educator after all. This advice is pretty general. First of all, GPs are taking consultations in the form of video or voice call, and prescriptions can be picked up at your local pharmacy or posted to you. People with implants and IUDs are being advised that they can keep those in for longer because the risk of pregnancy is still super low. If you're worried, however, you can still call your GP and they'll give you a supplemental pill.
Yes.
GPs and sexual health clinics are still treating people with serious side effects from contraception use, such as pelvic pain. If you're in the UK, you can get the morning after pill prescribed by a pharmacist. You can also still ring your GP if you're elsewhere to see if they'll prescribe it to you. If you're in the UK and have a C card, meaning that you can go and access free condom pickup points, some of those are still open. Just ring beforehand before you go. In the US, a lot of Planned Parenthoods remain open, so you can access contraception and treatment there.
That was super useful. Look how much information that they can jam pack into like a minute on this platform, whereas it takes me like 20 minutes to make a point. I loved that. And yes, if you do have an IUD or an IUS, either of the coils or an implant, you can keep them in for longer. Like if you're due to have it replaced or removed, call your GP if you have any questions. Okay, so Dr. Jennifer Lincoln is another OBGYN from the US. Are there any doctors, medical professionals from the UK out there on TikTok? Please let me know. I love following Gynae Geek on Instagram. She is great. Okay, but what should we look at? Oh, UTI or yeast infection. Let's find out.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, level up, level up, level up.
Oh my god, there's so much information here.
Level up, level up, level up, level up. All this on me so yummy. All this stuff so yummy. No, you want this yummy.
Okay, I'm gonna have to pause this. I may be missing one of the symptoms, but UTI, burning with peeing, urge to pee a lot, urine has a strong odor, cloudy urine, belly/back pain, possibly, yeast infection, burning with peeing, vulva itching, swelling, redness, thick white, clumpy discharge. But then she goes on to say that don't self-diagnose because sometimes you can be wrong. But also sometimes a UTI can lead to a yeast infection. So you could get wham bam both of them. Okay, what else have we got from Dr. Jennifer? Oh, if you're having quarantine sex. Don't forget the birth control. Corona baby in 9 months. It's true, STIs don't believe in social distancing. Love that. I just love that all of this information is on TikTok. Ooh, can lesbians get STIs? Yes. Condoms on toys. Clean your toys. Dental dams. Get tested. Oh, I love these. They're so simple. and so effective. Okay, so during this video, I think I may have persuaded myself to actually spend more time on TikTok. But you can't persuade me to start making videos on TikTok because I literally have no idea where to start with them. It's not my forte. Please don't make me do it. I'll just be a lurker on TikTok. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you to my followers on Twitter who introduced me to these accounts. You guys are legends. Let me know in the comments any other sex educators on TikTok or sex positive, queer, kinky content. I would love to have some more accounts to follow, and maybe my For You page will actually be curated to what I'm interested in. If I do want it to be curated to what I'm interested in, maybe also like Harry Potter and books and what else are my interests? But mostly the sex ed stuff. If you liked this video and you want to support the sex and relationships content that I make and also get a bit of a behind the scenes look at things, then please do sign up to my newsletter below. And if you'd like to financially support my projects and become part of the Common Room community, then I'll leave a link to my Patreon as well. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, whose names are on the screen now. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!